Dear student, welcome to ES Online, digital platform of ES Engineering Academy. This is Dr. G. Balaraju, Professor of Mechanical Engineering. In the present video session, as a part of GATE 2023 preparation strategy, I would like to present the most important topic under Industrial Management and Operations Research. So the topic is CPM and PET. So this topic has 2 marks weightage. In GATE, definitely you may expect one question from CPM and PET. Last 5-6 years papers if you analyze, so every year there was a question from CPM and PET. Apart from GATE, in ESC prelims, so definitely one question. And basics of project management, so there is a possibility of more than one question. So altogether, if you complete this CPM and PET, so you will get maximum advantage. So in GATE 2 marks you will get, in ESC prelims 2 marks, in basics of project management there is a possibility of gaining 3 to 4 marks, maybe 4 marks, maybe 2 questions. And what are the possible questions under CPM and PET? Based on previous question papers, just I have analyzed, there are 3 headings under CPM and PET: CPM network, PET network, and project crashing. Under CPM network, we may expect questions related to project completion time. So project completion time, sometimes a diagram is given to you. Sometimes a table is given. In the table, you can find 3 columns. The first column is activity, second column is depends on or predecessor, third column is activity duration. So from the 3 columns, we have to construct either AON diagram or AOA diagram, activity on node or activity on arrow. So when the question is related to project completion time, my suggestion is better you can draw AON diagram. You can save a lot of time. AON diagram is easy, so easily you can construct AON diagram. How to get project completion time? Critical path duration will give project completion time. Next heading, float calculation. So in order to get float, we need only AOA diagram. So if you draw AOA diagram, you can get events as well as activities. At each event, just calculate earliest occurrence and latest occurrence. After having earliest and latest occurrence times, then whatever activity is our interest, whatever activity is our requirement, that activity you can take out and you can find out total float, free float, independent float as well as interference float. Okay, for float calculation, what is required? AOA diagram is required and earliest latest occurrence times are required. Next heading, PET network. Under PET network, the possible questions are expected project completion time. So what is the difficulty you are going to face in PET network? Each activity will have 3 time estimates. For each activity, 3 values are given. In CPM network, activity will have only 1 time estimate, only 1 value, so fixed duration. But in PET network, each activity will have 3 values. Those values are optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. From 3 values, we have to calculate expected duration of activity using mean of beta distribution. So using beta distribution, we can find out expected duration. So TE is equal to T0 plus 4Tm plus TP by 6. Using that formula, we can convert 3 values into a single value. Then after that, draw the AOA diagram and you can substitute the expected duration and you can proceed, just similar to CPM. Critical path we can find out. Expected project completion time is equal to critical path duration. And coming to second one, project duration distribution. According to central limit theorem, PET activity follows beta distribution, but the entire project will follow normal distribution. So project duration distribution is equal to mu plus or minus 3 sigma, where mu is equal to expected project completion time, sigma is equal to standard deviation of critical path. So what is required here? Critical path duration is required and standard deviation of critical path is required. Okay, when you are calculating standard deviation of critical path, just remember we have to use only variance. Sigma Cp, standard deviation of critical path, is equal to square root of variance of critical path. Since we cannot add standard deviations, just we can use variances. After simplification, then we can apply square root. Okay, square root of variance of critical path, or it is equal to square root of sum of variances of critical activities. And coming to third one, like a probability of project completion. Okay, when you are finding probability of completion, as we have discussed, project duration distribution is normal distribution. So we use standard normal deviate Z for finding the probability of completion. Okay, when you are finding probability of completion, the given due date, suppose x is equal to critical path duration, or given due date x is equal to critical path duration, then Z value will become 0, probability of completion is equal to 50% or maybe 0.5. Always you have to compare with the critical path duration. So the given due date, whether it is more than critical path duration or less than critical path duration. So what is a hint we can get? If the given due date is more than critical path duration, then we can say more than 50%. If the given due date is less than critical path duration, we can say less than 50%. If the given due date is equal to critical path duration, then we can say the probability of completion is equal to 50%. And coming to project crashing, as you know very well, project crashing is a lengthy topic. Of course, it will take 3 or 4 minutes. But in GATE paper, we expect only a simple questions. So with the 3-4 activities only. And what we are going to find out in project crashing? Optimum project duration, minimum project cost. So when you are finding optimum project duration, minimum project cost is a criteria. But such kind of questions you may not be expecting in objective. Only in conventional papers, we may expect questions related to optimum project duration and minimum project cost. But in GATE and objective questions, what we expect? We expect target duration. So target duration is specified. So to get the target duration or to have the target duration, what would be the project cost? Like the question could be, if the project duration has to be crashed down to particular target duration, what would be the total project cost? So direct cost is given directly to us, or else from the given table, like from the given data, we can estimate total normal cost, that is nothing but direct cost. Indirect cost is given per unit time. If you multiply with the project duration, then you will get total indirect cost. And when you perform any crashing, extra cost will come into picture, that is crashing cost. Now total project cost for so and so target duration, the equation could be total direct cost plus crashing cost plus total indirect cost. Anyways, I'll give one numerical. So let us have some numericals from previous question papers. Then how we can approach, like how we can answer them easily. Let me explain. So one by one. Just let us have the first heading, project completion time related to CPM network. So just I am taking one GATE question. Here a table available. In the table, 3 columns you can see activity, predecessor, duration. So what is the meaning of predecessor? Condition. Okay, to start activity A, there is no condition. So A depends on dash. It is understood that A is a starting activity. B begins after A. So condition for B is A completion. C is depending upon A completion. D is depending upon B completion. E is depending upon C completion. F is depending upon DE. So just you can take this predecessor as nothing but condition. So to begin this activity, these activities, these are the conditions. Duration. So this duration, you can substitute, and we can have two types of diagrams, either AON diagram or AOA diagram. But my suggestion is project completion time only we have to find out. The best choice is AON diagram, activity and node diagram. Within no time we can finish. Just let us have this. So A has no condition, just start with a circle. Because in AON diagram, we use circle for activity. Which diagram I am using? AON diagram. Activity is represented in the form of a circle. A, duration of A 4 days. Next, activity B. So B after A. B starts after A. You can keep arrow, and B duration 3. C after A. After A, C can be taken. What is the duration of C? 7 days. D after B. Duration of D 14. E after C. Duration of E 4 days. Activity F, DE. So DE will give F. What is the duration of F? 9. After completion of the diagram, we can check it out whether we have drawn correctly or not. A before nothing, B before A, C before A, D before B, E before C, F before DE is correct. Then how to find out project completion time? Take the paths, path and duration. First path from starting to last. Arrow directions we can take A, B, D, F. Next path A, C, E, F. So what is the duration along this path? A, B, D, F path. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 4, 21 plus 9, 30. 11, 15 plus 9, 24. So critical path is A, B, D, F is a critical path. You can highlight with a double line. So the question is minimum time for project completion. So we should not forget minimum time required to complete the project is nothing but critical path duration. So minimum time the project completion is equal to critical path duration. Is actually critical path. How much? 30. Whatever duration in days. Units are days. 30 days. So very simple. So within 30 seconds you can complete this question. So when the problem has 3 columns and only project completion time is to be calculated, the best choice is AON diagram. The next question. The project completion time using critical path method is 15 days. Project completion time was given. And we are supposed to find out the value of X. So one activity duration is not given. So which activity duration is not given? G duration is given as X. We have to find out G duration. And just see here, activity, time, predecessor. 3 columns are available, and moreover the question is related to project completion. So what is the best choice here? AON diagram. Again draw AON diagram and identify critical path. Project completion time is equal to critical path duration. Just make use of that particular expression and you can get the X value. Just let us have this. And I am going to draw AON diagram. A has no condition, B has no condition. Okay, you can have A, B in the beginning. So we should not forget, I am not using AOA diagram. AOA diagram requires rules and regulations. Network construction rules are only meant for AOA diagram. Network should have only one beginning, only one ending according to AOA diagram. But what about this? These are actually activities, not start. So 2 circles in the beginning, that rule is only applicable for AOA diagram, don't forget this. So I am only using AON diagram, not AOA. So A has no condition, B has no condition, so A duration 2, B duration 3. C begins after A, C can start. What is the duration of C? 2. D after AB, so AB both will give D, duration of D 4. E after C, duration of E 4. F after C, duration of F 3. G after DE, so DE will give G, duration of G X. H after FG, F and G will give H, duration of H 2. After completion of the diagram, take the paths. Path duration. First path ACFH. Along this path, what is the duration? 2 plus 2 4, 7 plus 2 9. Next path ACEGH. CEGH. Along this path, 2 plus 2 4, 8, 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus X. Next ADGH. Along this path, 6 plus 2, 8 plus X. Next BDGH. 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus X. Now what is the longest path in this? Just see the values, 9, 10 plus something, 8 plus something, 9 plus something. Even X value 0 also, who is the longest path, or which one is the longest path? ACEGH is the longest path. Now you can highlight this, because it is 10 plus something. Critical path. As we know the equation, project completion time is equal to critical path duration. The same I am using. Project completion time is equal to critical path duration. Project completion time is equal to critical path duration. So what is the critical path duration in this case? 10 plus X. But we know project completion time. How much project completion time? 15. This implies X is equal to 5. What about duration? Days. So X value 5 days. Here project completion time is highlighted. That's why I am using EON diagram. Next question. Diagram was given. It's really good. And within no time you can complete the problem. But which diagram is given? AOA diagram is given. Activity is shown in the form of arrow. One circle in the beginning, one circle in the last. So this diagram is AOA diagram. Activity and arrow diagram. So right now our interest, minimum time for completion of the project. Minimum time for completion of the project. That is nothing but critical path duration. So critical path duration is equal to minimum time for project completion time. What about maximum time? It could be infinity. If a particular activity is not at all taking place, then what will happen to project completion? It could be infinity also. But minimum time, critical path duration. So we should not take the small value in the paths, because project completion means, don't take other meaning. Project completion means completion of all activities. Just to recall the definition of project. Project is nothing but set of activities. It is a set of interrelated activities. If all activities are completed, then the project is said to be completed. So in order to complete all activities, if you complete critical path, by that time everything is over. That is the meaning of that. Now I am just taking this. How to find out critical path? like you can use again same concept, path and duration. So what are the paths available in this? 1, 3, 5, 6, 33, 1, 2, 5, 6, 36, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 40. So longest path is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This is critical path. So minimum time for project completion, minimum time for the project completion is equal to 40 days. Now let me prove how it is 40. Can't we take 33? Let me prove, and I am using the same diagram. For each event, I am just keeping two boxes. The first box is meant for earliest value, second box is meant for latest value. At each event, I am just keeping two boxes like this. Just let us begin with 0. Earliest occurrence time of first event is equal to 0. Forward pass technique is used for finding the earliest values of remaining events. So start with 0. Next event is second event. So 0 plus 14, 14. Next third event, 0 plus 12, 12. Coming to fourth event, 14 plus 7, 21. Coming to fifth event, there are 3 arrows. So which one you will take? Maximum we can take. 12 plus 11, 23. 14 plus 12, 26. 21 plus 9, 30. So maximum is 30. In the forward direction, we take maximum. 30 plus 10, 40. So this is nothing but project completion. So project completion time is equal to 40, we can prove. So we have started at 0 and sixth event earliest value is equal to 40. So project completion time is equal to 40. Either you can use this method also, that is up to you. So if you use path and duration, it is simple. Or if diagram is like a big diagram, better you can use this box, like earliest values you can find out for each and every event. When more than one path is there, you can take maximum. Next, float calculations. So before having floats, like what is float? Then how do we estimate easily? Float is nothing but extra time available for the execution of a particular activity. So float is nothing but extra time available for a particular activity for the execution. So it simply we can say extra time. And how it is estimated? Float or total float. Float or total float is equal to available time minus required time. Float or total float is equal to available time minus required time. Suppose I have activity ij. So what is available time for this? I, Lj. This difference is nothing but available time. For any activity, available time is equal to latest finish time minus earliest start time. So two extreme values, here Ei, there Lj. Lj minus Ei is nothing but available time. So what is the required time for this activity? Dij is the required time. Now you can substitute here, total float is equal to Lj minus Ei minus Dij. The total float. Okay, now let us have one numerical. This question from GATE 2014. There are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 activities, and we are supposed to find out total float for activity E and F. First, to draw the AOA diagram. So we should not draw AON. Of course, if you draw AON diagram, you can estimate floats, but it is really tough. So better you can draw EOA diagram and get the critical path and check it out whether E or F on critical path. Suppose happen to be E is a critical path. E is lying on critical path. So what is the answer? You can take 0 of total float. So critical activity total float is equal to 0. Remember the fundamental points. Total float along the critical path is equal to 0. Total slack along the critical path is equal to 0. If the given data is matching with the critical path, simply we can say 0. If it is not matching with the critical path, you can say other than 0. Either you can have selection criteria or elimination criteria. Suppose in this case, if E is non-critical, then I can remove option A. If E is critical, directly I can choose A. Option A could be the right answer. Only thing is critical path only a judging criteria. So better you can have critical path and that too EOA diagram you have to construct. So just let us solve this problem and how to draw the diagram. You can make use of EOA concept like activity and arrow. The previous case I have used only AON. Now I am using AOA diagram. For AOA diagram some rules are there. Network will have only one start, one end. Each activity can be shown in the form of only one arrow. Two activities cannot be identified by the same beginning and end. Cycling is avoided. No dangling is permitted. Activity can start after completion of all its preceding activities. Dummy activity can be used but minimum number. So these are the guidelines and Fulkerson's rule you have to use for event numbering. So start with the circle. A, B have no conditions. So draw two lines, name them as A, B. So my suggestion is draw lines only. Don't keep arrow and circle. When time permits, like when time comes, you can end. So just follow these things. A, B have no conditions. C after A. After A, C will start. Now when the requirement is then you can end. So A completion will give C. Now it is the time to conclude A, then start C. D after B. Now it is a time to conclude B. After B, D will start. E after C. After C, E can start. Like now you can conclude C, then take E. F after C. F after C. G after D, E. Suppose if you keep F and E here, just swap the letters. But right now E is below, F is above. No crossing is required. Directly I can join D, E. From here, which activity will get G? Now list is getting completed. If the list is completed, whatever lines left over, you can merge them into one circle because network will have only one start, one end. No dangling is permitted. Don't have two ending points. So just you can conclude at one circle. This is AOA diagram. And event numbers, how to give the event number? Start with 1, tail event number less, head event number higher side. So increasing order. 1 I am keeping here, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Durations you can substitute. A duration 2, B 4, C 2, D 3, E duration. Duration, how much? 2, F4, G duration 5. And you can have the calculation earliest and latest values. At each event you can find out earliest and latest values. You now box, 2 boxes at each and every event and start with 0. First event value 0. You can go to second event, increasing order like 0 plus 2, 2. Third event 4. Fourth event 2 plus 2, 4. Come into fifth event. There are two ways. You can move in the direction of 4 to 5 or 3 to 5. When multiple paths are there, maximum we will take. 4 plus 2, 6. 4 plus 3, 7. So which one you can take? 7. Then sixth event, again two ways are there. One is F, another one is G. 4 plus 4, 8. 7 plus 5, 12. So which one you can take? 12. The last value is nothing but project completion time. Coming to latest occurrence times, if due date is specified, then you can make use of due date. If due date is not given, the project completion time will become due date. So what is the project completion time? 12. That will become due date. Now you can have 12 here. 12, like 6th event value 12. Now go to 5th event, 4th event, 3rd event in the reverse direction, backward pass. So 12 minus 5, 7. And 4th event, 7 minus 2 and 12 minus 4. Minimum you will take. E point of view 5. F point of view 8. Which one you will take? Minimum 5. 7 minus 2, 5. And coming to 3rd event, 7 minus 3, 4. 2nd event, 5 minus 2, 3. First event, there are two ways. Minimum you will take. 3 minus 2, 4 minus 4. 0. After completion of this, get the critical path. What is critical path in this? 0 slack events you can join. 0, 0, 4, 4, 7, 7, 12, 12. Critical path contains 0 slack events. So first event, 3rd event, 5th event, 6th event, these events will have 0 slacks. Join them in the order. So 1, 3, 5, 6 is the critical path. Now check it out, whether E is critical activity or non-critical activity. E is non-critical. So you will not get 0 value. E is non-critical. So option A, ruled out case. Now take E out. So what is the E? E is in between 4 to 5. 5. E. What is the duration of E? 2 days. At the 4th event, we find 2 values. At 5th event, 2 values you can find. Those are 4, 5, 7, 7. Total float, 2 extreme values to take, 7 and 4. So total float is equal to 7 minus 4 minus 2. How much? 1 day. Total float is equal to 1 day. For activity E, total float is equal to 1 day. Just get back to the options. Option B is the right answer. Because 1 and 4, E and F respectively. We no need to go for F. Suppose if you complete this, activity F. F is in between 6 F. What is the duration of F? 4. At the 4th event, at the 6th event, values you can take 4, 5, 12, 12. Total float is equal to highest 12, lowest value 4, 12 minus 4 minus 4. How much it is? 4 days. Okay, clear? 1 and 4. So very simple. So what we have done? We have drawn AOA diagram. After completing AOA diagram, then get the earliest and latest occurrence times. After having earliest and latest occurrence time, critical path you can identify. So 0 slack events you can join in the order, then you will get critical path. And check it out whether the given activity is critical or non-critical. If it is non-critical, then we do the calculation. If it is critical, we can simply keep 0. The next question, free float. What is basically free float? Total float, free float, independent float. There are 3 floats. So just let us have a total float. I, J is our activity. D, I, J is duration. E, I, L, I, E, J, L, J. So according to the definition of free float. So what is free float? Permissible delay for a particular activity without affecting succeeding activity or next activity. So where you will get next activity? J side. So without affecting next activity means this J values we have to keep as it is. If you change J values, automatically what will happen? Next activity starting values are changing. So simple. So free float is equal to total float minus slack at head event. So what is head event here? This is head event. J is a head event. I is a tail event. So total float minus slack at head event. Now let us have total float Lj minus Ei minus Dij. What about slack at head event? Lj minus Ej. So Lj terms cancel. So it will become Ej minus Ei minus Dij. It is a free float. You can make use of this equation or else this one, total float minus slacked head event. So my suggestion is remember this, free float is equal to total float minus slacked head event. Suppose if the question is independent float, so what we do? Independent float means ij, and always you have to see head event and tail event. Tail event and head event slack values you have to subtract. Anyways, just let us have this question. And what is to be calculated? Free float and activity 4 to 6 and project duration. Project duration directly we can get from the diagram. Project duration we can find out. We can eliminate few options, like here I am removing option C. And the options could be either A, B, D. Just let us have the project completion time quickly. So 3 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 8 plus 5, 13, 12, and 2 plus 4, 6 plus 5, 11. So 13 you are getting. So I can delete option D also. Option E or option B could be the answer. Now just let us complete this. For each event you can have 2 boxes because diagram available. At each event have earliest and latest values. Start with 0. First event value 0, second event 3, third event 2, fourth event 2, come into fifth event 5, and this one 5 plus 3 8, 2 plus 5, 2 plus 4. So what is the highest value? 8, 13, and same you can copy, like maybe here I have 13. 13 minus 5, 8, 8 minus 3, 5, 5 minus 2, 3, and this one 8 minus 5, 3, 8 minus 4, 4, 0. What is the longest path here? Critical path is 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and what is our activity? Activity 4 to 6. So 4 to 6 is here. So take out 4 to 6, you can take out. And the duration of 4 to 6, 4, 2, 4. At 6th event, 8, 8. And when you are taking total float, first of all total float you take. So total float is equal to 8 minus 2 minus 4. 2. Total float is equal to 2. So come into free float. So free float is equal to total float minus slacked head event. What is the slacked head event? 8 minus 8. So answer is 2. Free float is equal to 2. So from the options, option A, 2 comma 13, because slacked head event is equal to 0. Next, come into PET network. In PET network, so we need to use formula. So what is the formula we use? So TE is equal to T0 plus 4Tm plus TP by 6. So this formula is important. Next, variance is equal to TP minus T0 by 6 whole square. Standard deviation of critical path is equal to square root of variance of critical path. And the project duration distribution is equal to plus or minus T sigma. So where mu is equal to critical path duration, sigma is equal to sigma Cp. So these are the things required. And come into probability of completion, then we have to find out Z. Z is equal to the fifth formula, Z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. What is mu? Mu is nothing but critical path duration, sigma is nothing but standard deviation of critical path. From normal distributions tables we can find out probability of completion. So these are the formulas we use in PET network. Now let us have some sample questions. This question I have taken from GATE 2009, maybe one more question. It is a formula oriented. Expected time. So T0 plus 4Tm plus TP by 6. So here TP mentioned 6 here. So I can delete option C and option D first of all, because by 3 is there. Now it could be the answer of T0 plus 4TL plus, actually as given, most likely time is nothing but TL. So answer is option A, formula oriented, so TE. Next, a project consists of 5 activities A, B, C, D, E. The duration of each activity follows beta distribution. The 3 time estimates are given for each and every activity. And what is to be calculated? Expected time of the project completion. So project completion we have to find out. 3 values are given. First of all, these 3 values are to convert into single value using the formula. So TE is equal to T0 plus 4Tm plus TP by 6. If the values are in arithmetic series, directly you can take 4, 5, 6 symmetric. So directly I can take 5. Even if you use formula also will get the same. 5 will get. 1, 3, 5, 3 will get. 1, 2, 3, 2. 2, 4, 6, 4. 4. Since the 3 values are in arithmetic series, directly you can take middle one. And draw the diagram. Which diagram you have to construct? AOA diagram only you have to construct. Because PET network is using AOA diagram. Of course, in objective, you can make use of AON also. Project completion is only given. But better you can draw AOA diagram. A has no condition. P after A. C after A. D after C. E after BD. So BD both you can join so that you will get E. Now check it out whether we have drawn correctly or not. A before nothing, B before A, C before A, D before C, E before BD. And even numbers. After having even numbers, this durations you can substitute E5, B3, C2, D4, E4. Get the critical path. What is the critical path in this? ABE, one path. 8 plus 4, 12. ACDE, 7, 11 plus 4, 15. So this is nothing but expected project completion time of the project is equal to 15. The question is expected project completion time is 15 weeks. So only thing is TE first you find out and draw the diagram and get the critical path. Next, a PET network has 9 activities on its critical path. Mentioned clearly 9 activities are there on critical path. The standard deviation of each activity on the critical path is 3. So 9 activities. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and here I am drawing one more. So for every activity, what is the standard deviation? 3. This is actually sigma. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't add standard deviations. What we can take? Variance we can take. Variance is equal to 9. Okay, how many times you will get variance? Like 9 times. Just for your understanding, I am giving like this. So variance of critical path is equal to 81. 9 nines are 81. And sigma CP is equal to square root of variance of critical path. This is equal to square root of 81. How much? 9. So what is the answer? 9 we are getting. Option D. Okay, only thing is variance you can take and apply square root. So just take care, but don't take 3 into 9, 27. So 27 is not the right answer. So don't add standard deviation values. Next, probability question. So when you are finding probability, what is the formula we will use? Z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. If Z is equal to 0, or maybe I told you in the beginning, critical path duration is the reference. So given due date is equal to critical path duration, what is the probability of completion? 50%. So first of all, take the critical path duration. In this mentioned, there are 4 activities on critical path. So we take critical path duration. Critical path duration I am taking first. Critical path duration is equal to 6 plus 11 plus 8 plus 15. Okay, how much it is? 40. 40 days. Critical path duration is equal to 40. Given due date how much? 40. Due date x is equal to 40. And how it looks now? This is actually mu Cp is equal to 40. And x value also matching here. X is equal to 40. Then what is the probability of completion? It's actually Pz 0.5 and Z is equal to 0 because Z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma Cp. So 0. Z is equal to 0. Z is equal to 0. What is the probability of completion? 50%. Is very simple. And don't calculate standard deviation, not necessary because x is equal to mu. Next, project crashing. So when you are attempting any project crashing question, remember direct cost increases when the crashing is done. Indirect cost decreases. I repeat, direct cost increases when the project crashing is taking place, whereas indirect cost decreases when the crashing is taking place. The critical path method, the cost times slope. Crash cost slope is equal to delta C divided by delta T. So cost slope is equal to delta C divided by delta T, that is crashing cost minus normal cost divided by normal time minus crash time. So as you know that this one is NT, NC, CT, CC. This is slope. Okay, answer is crash cost minus normal cost divided by normal time minus crash time. Option C. Isn't it? Crash cost minus normal cost divided by normal time minus crash time. So coming to numerical, so within 2 minutes you can answer this question. What was given? Activity, predecessor, normal duration and cost slope directly given, and total cost also mentioned. Sorry, normal cost is mentioned. 10,000, indirect cost is given 200 per day. What is the target here? 9 days. 9 days is our target. So first I am taking target. Target is equal to 9 days. What is the original duration? First of all, normal duration you can take. P has no condition. Duration of P 3. Q has condition of P 7. R after P. Duration of R 4. S after R. Take the paths. PQ 10. PRS 12. So what is the longest path here? PRS. So what is the target for us? 9 days is our target. The project duration is equal to 12. So we can achieve the target in 2 stages. So don't go directly to 9. First stage 12 to 10. So stage 1, 12 to 10 in stage 1. In stage 2, 10 to 9. Because my target is 9, in between 10 is there. So 12 to 10 first we can go, then 10 to 9. So stage 1 I am taking. Stage 1, 12 to 10 days. So what is the diagram we have? P 3, Q7, R4, S5. This is a critical path. What are the options available for crashing purpose? PRS, option and cost slope. PRS, 3 options available for us for crashing purpose. 500, this one 400, 200. Who is the best option? Minimum cost slope we choose. So we crash yes for crashing. How much time required? 2 days. So after reducing, then diagram is modified. 1 to 2, P3, Q will become critical 7, R 4. In place of S, what we substitute or what we write? S duration is changed now. S3, take the paths. PQ10, PRS 10. There are two critical paths in this diagram. There are two critical paths. Now one more stage is required, 10 to 9. Okay, stage 2, 10 to 9 days. So what is the diagram we had? 1, 2, P3, Q7, R4, S3. What are the options available for crashing purpose? Option and cost slope. I'm just taking the possible options. Common activity I'm taking because there are two paths with the same duration, PQ10, PRS 10. You can take common activity. What is a common activity? P is a common activity, but how much money we have to spend? 500. Next, combinations I'm taking, Q and R combination, Q by 1 day, R by 1 day. If I take Q by 1 day, it will become 6, R will become 3. Now PQ path will become 9, PRS path will become 9. So Q and R. What is Q value? 100, R value 400, it is equal to 500. Next option, Q and S. So Q and S, if I take Q and S combination, 100 plus 200, 300. What is the best? 300 is the best. So I am choosing Q and S. So how the diagram is modified? 1, 2, 2, P3. In place of Q duration we can change. Q duration 6. And S value, how much you can keep? S further reduce, no? 2. Q6, S2, take the paths. PQ 9, PRS 9. Right? We have reached the target. When you have reached the target, it is understood the target is 9. What is the cost for this 9 days? So project cost for 9 days. Project cost for 9 days. Total direct cost or normal cost plus crashing cost in 2 stages. Stage 1, stage 2 plus total indirect cost. So total direct cost was given as 10,000. Crashing cost, how much money was spent? In the first stage 200 into 2. This is actually for 12 to 10 days. Daily 200 for activity yes. So 2 days you have crashed. Next 300 into 1. This is actually for 10 to 9. Plus indirect cost 200 into 9 days. So it is equal to 12,500. The question is for 9 days, what is the project cost? So 12,500. Okay, just I repeat what I have done. First, I have taken original diagram, 12 days. The nearest path is 10. Target is 9. So 2 stages I am using. Stage 1, 12 to 10. Stage 2, 10 to 9. Stage 1, I am selecting activity yes because it has minimum cost slope. 200 rupees per day. 2 days I am crashing. So how much money I have to spend? 400 rupees. Next, 10 to 9. I am taking combination Q by 1 day, S by 1 day. So that what will happen? Q will become 6, S will become 2. But how much money I have to spend? For Q 100 rupees, for S 200 rupees, 300 rupees I have to spend for 1 day reduction. So total cost is equal to 200 into 2. This is for 12 to 10. 300 into 1 from 10 to 9. And 200 into 9 means indirect cost. Actually why 200 here? Indirect cost is equal to 100 into 9 days. So 12,500. I am not concluding it is a minimum project cost. It is only project cost for 9 days. So what is the minimum project cost for this problem? If you take 10 days, it is minimum. Okay, but the question is only for target, what is the project cost? Okay, so with this I can conclude the session. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and definitely if you follow this, you will get 2 marks. So I wish you all the best, and I am expecting you are going to get a good rank in GATE 2023. I wish you all the best.
My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself and do hard work, because if you have a very good plan and clear strategy, and if you will work hard, you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself and do hard work, because if you have a very good plan and clear strategy, and if you will work hard, you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself and do hard work, because if you have a very good plan and clear strategy, and if you will work hard, you will definitely achieve your goal. Thank you. My name is Gaurav Kumar. I have secured All India Rank 1 in GATE 22 in Electrical Engineering. I was enrolled in ACE Academy offline coaching. The ACE Academy really helped me develop a strong basic required for GATE exam. I was also enrolled in ACE Academy online test series. The questions in ACE Academy online test series were very good and helped me develop a strong temperament required for the exam. My tips for the future aspirants who are preparing for GATE exam will be that you should have a very clear plan and strategy, like how you have to approach the exam, and also believe in yourself